Do you have an adventure planned for tomorrow, but you have nothing set up?
Well, here are 5 DM tools that you can use to prep your next adventure.
Welcome to the Homebrew Crew. I'm Tony, this is Sean, and today we are talking about these 5 great websites that we use for prepping our adventures and making things quicker.
Yes. Now, have you been in a situation where you had an adventure ready to go tomorrow and you didn't have NPCs or maps or all these things that are kind of necessary to put the session together?
You know, that surprise thing of, hey, could you jump in and DM for us tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or, you know, you've just had a really rough work week and you just haven't gotten around to it and your players have been sitting there planning this for weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Well, these tools are kind of there to help you out. Now, there are a lot of different tools that you can use when DMing and stuff, but this is kind of specifically designed kind of like a last minute thing where you can kind of pull up these, last minute NPCs or maps, whatever you need to kind of, help you out if you haven't really planned a whole lot.
Right. So we're going to go over 5 of our favorites here. They're not in any particular order. It's not like rank 1, rank 2, anything like that, but let's get into them.
Yeah.
And our first one is 5e Magic Shop.
Yes,
Right.
This one's great.
Let's take a look at the footage. Now, 5e Magic Shop is really, really cool because this is essentially a magic shop generator. Have you ever had the situation, Sean, where you have to make, a whole list of things and well, what does he have for sale?
Yeah, constantly. And you can't always rely on the player's handbook to pull up that list of equipment. So this is great because you can actually generate a list of, magical items that a guy might have.
See, look at that. You get the entire list of the items. You pick what things you wanted on there. It gives you the actual gold or copper or silver value for it.
And then this new thing that they did is now it links to D&D Beyond if you have all that stuff handy.
Right, exactly. And it, it's a pretty awesome thing. You can adjust how much is due. Whatever the total amount
Economies do change, so.
That's true. But the cool thing too is that they have a spellbook generator. Now this I really love because there's always a wizard in your group that doesn't, where do I get more spells? How do I get more spells? With this, you can essentially make spellbooks that they find, and you could say, okay, I want this level, this type of spells in there. Make me a book. Like here, we're doing the Necro's Manual of Style.
Very nice. Yeah. And it's really great because, when you're trying to write up a session, sometimes you don't have the time to write a book and it'll have this spell and this spell and this spell. But the nice thing is that this will essentially kind of generate that book for you and provide, ample spells for that spellcaster. That way, it'll pop up like that.
You can even put them in different languages and then have it have a link that decodes it for people.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Which is neat.
Because I don't think we utilize language enough in some of our campaigns too.
No, not at all. I mean, come on, like a dwarf is actually going to write it in Common.
Right. Not everybody knows Common, believe it or not. So.
And again, these are also linked to D&D Beyond.
Which is super really nice awesome. And handy. Yeah.
And the last part that I kind of wanted to go over with 5e Magic Shop, I know I'm taking a lot of time on this. They got time travel calculators, detect magic auras. My favorite, though, is this teleportation circles one. So we put in here a name of something like, Baldur's Gate, for example, right? And what it does is it creates a graphic there of the circle for Baldur's Gate.
And that's kind of crazy. It's something that I kind of never really thought about or considered, but it's kind of like a nice little aesthetic thing to kind of toss at your players too.
Totally. See, now I really like that one a lot because the thing is like using those little things with making the graphics and everything like that. I just see some of my players having a book like that with...
and they're like, oh yeah, that's right. That's where that one teleports. And then they know by the shape of it,
It just makes it more thematic.
Yeah.
I really love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, we've got a couple others we want to take a look at here. And what happens when you got the NPC and they start asking about... what's the shopkeeper's name?
Yeah, what's his name? What is he good at? What's his past like? Well, thankfully, we have a great tool for that as well.
That's right.
So this is NPCGenerator.com, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You can kind of set a couple different parameters like race and gender and, things like that, or you can have it completely random, and you actually get a bunch of different things that you can get for a random NPC.
Yeah, this is kind of cool because you get personality traits, descriptions of the person, ability scores, alignment tendencies, sexual orientation.
Yeah, that was the first for me too. I was like, oh, okay.
I've never really considered the sexual orientation.
Nice that it's an option if you need it,
But what's cool is that it changes based on the race that's put in there. So you get things like, oh, this is an orc, this is what he does, this is what they do.
Even plot hooks in there. This is a really nice tool because, you know, your players will constantly ask, who is this? What is that? And this kind of will kind of save your butt when you need it.
So this is something I really like with it too. You know, how many times do we get stuck in that situation where they're asking about the NPC's grandmother's shoe size or something?
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you don't have time to kind of prep those. So that's a really good tool that you can use, you know, for like the shopkeep or like random NPCs that you're kind of running into while they're exploring.
But the shopkeep needs a place. They need a town to call their own, don't they? They
do. And if you don't have time to draw that map, what do?
You're going to end up going to this fantastic website we found.
It's
hard to pronounce.
I'm going to go for it. Wadabu.itch.io. It's essentially medieval fantasy city generator.
Now, what's cool about this, and I've used this in my campaigns and everything too, is it will create a city for you. You can change the size of the city. You can even grab walls of the city and make it bigger. You can move the water throughout. There's all sorts of different types that you can do. Different colors, things like that. See, look, we can move the walls here.
Yeah, I just love that you can just constantly click on even like the random button and it'll constantly just make these weird, like really different villages, different scales of stuff.
Yeah, and it's super simple. You can put in the new names and everything like that. You're actually able to not only change the colors of it, but you can download this as a you know, as a PDF, not as a PDF, as a PNG, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Throw it in whatever you want, and it makes a perfect, quick way to make a map.
Yeah, I actually really like that one because, you know, sometimes you can even start by like kind of like just popping in a map and then like even filling in the blanks from there. Or if you already have a couple ideas, you can make a shape. So there's a lot of different ways you can actually use this tool, but kind of having that map helps you visualize like even like what kind of society these people live in or things like that too. So it's really nice.
And you can set it pretty persnickety too. Like you can make districts in there. Like, okay, this is, you know, this is the ritzy neighborhood of town.
Yeah, exactly.
There's even an option there for a shanty town. So there's a bunch of people outside the wall.
Yeah, and it's very clearly shown on that map generator too, so it's a really nice tool.
Yeah, totally. Now this next one is for making monsters, really.
Yeah, so monsters can be kind of a tricky thing, and you know, not only do you have to make them, it's kind of tricky to get them organized too, but thankfully this next website will help you out with that quite a bit.
Now this, I don't know if we're going to pronounce this Giphy Glyph or Jiffy Glyph.
Yeah,
you guys can comment.
Controversy, but yeah.
But this is a great website here. It starts with this fantastic PDF here that goes into how to actually use this new system, which is really cool. It borrows some ideas from 4th edition with what the roles of certain monsters are and what have you. But you can see it gives you a step-by-step guide that you need here.
Yeah, I appreciate that it tells you how to make a monster with numbers and description-wise too.
But then it also gives you this fantastic thing where you can just program your own stat blocks through here.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different options that you can kind of set with here. And then the cool thing is I like that you can pick like the kind of role that this character has, and then it will like kind of like automatically generate some characteristics for you as well.
Totally. Like the Ale Ooze might be one that's you know, sneaky. So we made him a lurker, for example. And it actually shows you like how many players would be going up against it. You can adjust the CR rating that way. I love the fact on the ability scores, it lists them all, and then you pick from 1st down to 6th what order they're good at, which is kind of cool. But this is a really awesome tool, not just for prepping your own adventure with it, but also if you're going to be making things for like the DM's Guild or anything like that, and use Homebrewery or what's the other one? GM Binder.
Yeah, so for those people that are kind of, you know, ready to create content for publishing or selling, it actually gives you a way to kind of take that code and put it into other programs.
Right.
So again, another really useful tool. I really like that one because, you know, you can kind of get into the minute details when you're kind of adding an NPC or a monster there. And so it's really helpful as well.
Totally. Now, this next one is one that we've been using for a long time. This is our 5th one here. And the thing is I've tried so many different programs to do this. I used Epic GM, which wasn't bad. I tried Obsidian Portal and my head nearly exploded. And there's all these other ones out there, but we found one that works just so damn well.
And it's free. So this one is OneNote. Now, if you have a Microsoft account, you can just go ahead and hop in and log in and make a new notebook. And it's really cool because essentially you can have all these different notebooks that you can have for maybe different campaigns or different sessions. And then you can divide it into sections and then divide it into pages. And it's really great. You can put a lot of different things, like you can hyperlink certain, tools in there. You can have all of your notes and your charts and all this kind of neat stuff. You can have pictures in there as well if you need to kind of add some flair. And the nice thing is, you have all this text and all this stuff. If there's certain things that you actually want to give to your players, it does give you the option to actually share these pages with players or other DMs. You can have them just be able to view it, or you can even have them edited as well, depending on what the application is.
Totally. Now, the cool thing about that too is I've done that where you give a certain password to your players and they only you can lock the access to certain things.
Yeah.
So your story is behind this little firewall thing, but all their character sheets from D&D Beyond, you can link directly in there.
Absolutely.
You can have a trading post in there. You can put, because it's Microsoft, you can put Excel spreadsheets in there.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's really nice because you can kind of even take some of the other tools that you have and kind of even import certain like links or certain graphs into here. And the nice thing about all 5 of these tools is that one isn't necessarily going to be like the ultimate tool that you're going to use. All of these can actually work really well in tandem together if you decide to use all of them when it's coming to making monsters or keeping your notes organized or anything like that.
And you know what? There are tons of tools out there. I know a lot of people use Donjon.
Yeah.
There's so many other ones that are out there. Let us know what tools you guys use. If there's something that we missed that you think should be on the list, go ahead and post it in the comments below. We'd love to see what else you guys
definitely
got.
start some conversation. Some of the best ways that we kind of learn about these tools is from our own users and viewers as well.
True.
Sometimes they actually comment below and we find like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. And then we find things like, map generator and things like that. So.
We had an initiative tracker on this, and then the Beyond initiative tracker came out. So like,
exactly.
I can't really talk about that one anymore. But remember, the best campaigns are always the ones you homebrew. So until next time,
Keep brewing.